Hi everyone. I wanted to make a new Beatles finds video until I realized I don't really have that many Beatles finds that have been recent. So I thought, well, rather than wait till I get enough, I'll just put them in with some Elvis Presley up because I have a lot of Elvis Presley finds I like to show. And it's been said you can like both Elvis and the Beatles, but you can't like them both equally. Now, me, I'm a fan of both, but I like the Beatles a little bit more than Elvis. So what we're going to do is we're going to show the Beatles first here. After all, this is predominantly a Beatles channel. And those people want to see Elvis could either watch the whole thing or skip ahead or whatever you want. But one thing I'll tell you, if you're not a big Elvis fan and you're watching this and you have no interest in the King, I still think it might be worth your while to tune into the very last item I'm going to show at the end of this video because it's very, very risque. Let's put it that way. Very, very controversial. Anyway, let's go now that I've got your interest hopefully piqued. All right, Beatles first. I'm going to show a French EP that I got, and it's got a few songs on there from the Revolver album. I don't hear the Yellow Submarine going, but I do hear the Chattanooga Choo Choo going by. Anyway, Yellow Submarine, For No One, Eleanor Rigby, and Good Day Sunshine. And there we have that. And here is the label on Odeon. I got to tell you, although this is a nice collection of songs, personally, if I was going to be listening to the Revolver album, these four songs are probably songs I'm really going to skip right now because they're just a little played out to me, and I want a little meatier material at this point. So, anyway, now, next Beatles item is an item I think has been around for a while that I've seen, but I've passed up before. It's on red vinyl, and it's a demonstration record. Demonstration, not for sale. It's got the German songs that the Beatles did. Come Give Me Deine Hand, and the other side being Sie liebt dich, otherwise known as I Want to Hold Your Hand and She Loves You, sung in German. And it's a nice little collection. I got some black in it over there. I always wonder, doesn't show up. There's a little bit of black in there, and I'm just wondering if that's part of the design or it seems to be inside the vinyl. It's not like a defect or anything. All right. The next item I want to show is something that was part of my original Beatles collection that I often refer to. Of course, a lot of you know that I had a Beatles collection many years ago, and then I sold it off. And ever since 2011, I've been trying to recapture everything, get it all back. And people often ask me, how much of your original collection have you succeeded in getting back again? I always say right now, anywhere from 95% to 96, 98, whatever. Well, now we got maybe 99. This is something I've been looking for a while. I never saw it in the wild. And it's the Underside album, George Harrison. It's a bootleg. It's got a nice cover there. And it's actually a radio show, as you can see down there. Inside look at George Harrison through words and music. It has the commercials on it. It's a radio broadcast from 1979, talking a lot about his album, the self-titled George Harrison. I saw this album being shown on, I believe it was Beatle Brad's channel not too long ago. And I remember saying, oh, I had that album. I can't wait to get it back again. I hope I'm able to. Now, these days you have plenty of ways to get them, online or whatever. I never thought I would see it out in the wild again. But if I waited long enough, you'd be surprised. And sure enough, only weeks later, there it is. Boom. Okay. Well, that's it for the Beatles. Sorry, but let's go on to Elvis. I want to show you some items that I got from him. Okay, I'm going to start with this. It's a CD collection here by FTD. FTD stands for Follow That Dream. A lot of Elvis collectors will know. What they consist of is one or more discs, sometimes two discs, of album songs, singles, and EPs but also most importantly for me, session material. You got outtakes, alternates, things like that, and that's what I really gravitate towards. So right now I'm presently in the frame of mind where this is what I'm interested in, and I'm going to be collecting this stuff. Now there's one disc there. They fold open like this. There's the second disc. Nice picture of Elvis. All of them, they come with a booklet inside, and this one is no exception. The booklets are very nice. Got nice photographs in there. Let's face it, Elvis was very photogenic. They have all kinds of session notes, details, and I've been playing these in my car lately during my travels. And what I've been doing is, as I'm listening to them, skipping the regular release songs, and I've been going to all the alternate takes. I'm interested in alternate takes, and I don't know why, but for some reason I'm going more to the movies that Elvis did, the more unusual stuff. So I'm looking to really get all of these, although for some reason I'm not as interested in live stuff. I'm not a big live guy. I'm not as interested in live as I am studio, and the same goes true for Elvis. I mean, when it comes to Elvis, I think I prefer to watch, watch the videos. I'd rather see the live performances visually too, like Aloha from Hawaii, or That's the Way It Is. But listening on audio, I don't know. I'd rather just listen to the studio. This is really nice. This is Viva Las Vegas. This was not released on an album back in the 60s when this movie came out. And Margaret is the co-star. There she is, down there. Looking good. So this was only available as an EP originally, some of the songs from it. And now we got a chance here to get a nice collection that's got, again, studio outtakes. This one's a single disc, you can see here. And again, we got great photos there. And we've got the booklet. And this is really fun. Elvis, the race car driver, Gotta win this race. Gotta win this race. What was that joke? Was it Saturday Night Live? Somebody did a joke. Elvis breaking into song in movies. We gotta win this race. Elvis and Margaret. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of Anne Margaret photos in here, I mean, this is primarily, I guess, the attraction is Elvis in this particular collection, right? But there she goes up there. Oof. My favorite kind of cheesecake. Female cheesecake. A nice picture of Elvis there. So, okay, next up, I picked up the FTD release of Presley's last album, Moody Blue. And the thing about Moody Blue is, even though I have this, I've never heard the entire album. I'm familiar with the title track, Moody Blue, Way Down, and his Unchained Melody, which I know Elvis did, and I know that version. But this will give me an opportunity, one of my travels, to hear the entire collection. And of course, as I said, there are a lot of sessions. Disc 2 is all sessions. Over here you've got, on disc 1, you've got the album, then you got the alternate album, then you got some bonus tracks all on disc 1. Disc 2 is all sessions takes. And that's the stuff that I'm really into the most. And you got 2 discs on this set. Really nicely done the way they have these books in the side. The books are really nice. This is, for any Elvis collector, this is a collection to have. This FTD series. I'm in luck because, as I say, because I'm not big on the live material, I don't have to get every single one of them. I mean, I may pick and choose some of the live ones, but say it's mostly the studio that I'm into. So Elvis, got Final Days of Elvis, or Late Days of Elvis here. I like, all the notes and stuff like that they have. Okay, now I told you I was going to show you something that was rather controversial as far as Elvis is concerned, and I want to do a disclaimer before I show this. Some of you will know what it is because you may have seen me show this in some live chats that I've had recently. I want to say that this is a sentimental thing for me in a lot of ways. The reason I picked this up, my friend Mike, who I often refer to, who passed away in 2010, was a huge Elvis collector, and that's the first time I ever heard about this record through my friend Mike. And even he had a sense of humor about it. He's the biggest Elvis fan, and he respected Elvis, but he got the joke. So again, this is not for everybody. There's nothing sexual here, or anything like that. But it is something kind of upsetting to a lot of fans, and it's not in good taste. This is a bad taste release, but if you want to run away, you can run away now. Those who want to stay, it's an album, and you can see the title of it, Elvis's Greatest, blah, blah. And the Mystery Train comes, and I hear the train coming. It's the wrong one. No, Mystery Train, that's Johnny Cash. Oh, my God. Train, coming round the bend. All right. And you can see it's kind of a joke about his terrible movie songs. This is a collection. If you want to still that, if you can read it, there's some funny stuff on there. You got to have a sense of black humor, though. This is a horrible picture, but that's the gag of it, I suppose. And I'm going to defend the movie songs because I keep saying about the movie songs. Here's some of the titles there. They talk about the horrible movie songs, but you gotta remember, these are movie songs. As I always say that. I enjoy these songs for the most part. Even the worst ones, they're from movies. It's not like Elvis went in to sit down to record a new studio album from scratch, and these were the songs that the songwriters just gave him. This is stuff they fit within the movies and the scenes. For example, stuff like Old MacDonald Had a Farm, There's No Room to Rumba in a Sports Car, Yoga Is As Yoga Does, Song of the Shrimp, Fort Lauderdale Chamber of Commerce, The Bullfighter Was a Lady. Let's see, we got Scratch My Back, Then I'll Scratch Yours. We have Dominic the Blah 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 Bull, Queenie Wahine's Papaya, Do the Clam Bake. These work in the movies, in the situations that they're doing. So I always view these as movie songs. You don't take zany songs from comedy movies from other people and expect them to be pure, great rock and roll art. And that's the same thing here. But the back has a lot of gags. And unless you're able to really read this, you're not going to really get it. You're not going to be able to see it. You got to really have this album in your hands. But they have, as a joke here, they have the classic RCA Victor label, but this one has a dog puking into the gramophone because of the songs. And it highlights some fictional albums here. These are not real albums, of course, but you could also buy the Shower Sessions with Elvis there, you see. And then you could write the Elvis comedy record, All Talking, And you've got... what is this? Dead on Stage in Las Vegas, which is really insulting. Yeah. And you got vocal duets with Nixon. So this is the kind of spirit this is in. All in bad taste or fun, depending how you want to look at it. Or perhaps nothing is as insulting and in bad taste as this. It says an extra added bonus, free inside. A prescription signed by Dr. Nick. Dr. Nick, short for Dr. Nicolopoulos. Nicolopoulos? I don't know. Something like that. Oops, I almost banged the record. Dr. Nick is the doctor that supposedly people think that he killed Elvis. There used to be a thing, the king is dead, hang his doctor. It's kind of like the same Michael Jackson scenario. And here we have a facsimile of the prescription of the pills that Elvis took. I don't know if this is real, if this is a real facsimile or just a joke. I really don't know. But gives you an idea of the tastelessness of this. And hey, I'm just showing it because it's part of my collection. And I got it mainly because, as I say, it reminds me of my late friend Mike. And I know not everybody's going to like this. And not everybody's going to find it humorous. It's downright tasteless. But hey, that's the way it is, as somebody once said. So, I hope we can have some open mind about it. Believe me, I wouldn't like it of John Lennon either. I mean, there's a picture of John Lennon in the morgue, on the Inquirer or one of those tabloids. I wouldn't like that either. But anyway, I'm just blabbering here. It's long enough, the video. Hope you got a kick out of some of this and enjoyed some of it or not. I better quit while I'm ahead. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.